All right, let's see. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Bang a doodle, bang a doodle. What's that? That's kind of weird. Let's see. Oh no, I need to go back. There we go. I think I screwed that up. There we go. There we go. Nice. Nice. You're an owner. Hello, 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 oh, 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 oh. Welcome to 110th grade, everybody. They say, here comes cat, straight out the hat. So hit you with the frying pan and make your butt fly. I think that's awesome. You know what, cat? Let's see. Let's see. You know what? We don't need no education. A teacher lead we get along. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. Or an all another brick in the wall. Excuse me while I whip this out. Don't tell me. No, you better not tell me that is Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles. The sheriff is a nigong. Nigong. Excuse me while I whip this out. And he pulls out the speech. I would love to be y'all, but I kid. Right? They need knowledge. How they get it. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. What in the world? What in the wide world is going on here? What in the wide world of sports is going on here? Did you watch that recently, Space Cowboy? Space Cowbizzle? Dude, we had the freaking conversation yesterday, you, me, and Kat. That's a great movie. Okay, so actually, oddly enough, we were talking about Spaceballs just today and yesterday, me and Kat, where we were talking about making a film that that shows homage to oh, that was weird, to like movies like Spaceballs and stuff like that. That was so kick ass back in the day. Like we were, dude. Like I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. And dude, those were like tens of millions of dollars to make movies like that. But they made the movies back. They made the money back. Let me see. All right. Let me see if I can find it. What was Blazing Saddles' budget? 2.6 million to make. It cost 2.6 million to make it. Okay. Okay. How much did Blazing Saddles make? $120 million. $120 million, making it the highest grossing Western until Dances with Wolves in 1990. So for 16 years, from 1974 to 1990, Blazing Saddles was the highest grossing film. I only like Spaceballs because of their ollie shaped heads. What, am I surrounded by assholes? We're all assholes, sir. Oh, Catherine, I can't believe. Well, I know you are young. You're a youngin. But no. Because look, Space Cowboy admitted that his age was much less than yours, Cat, and he obviously saw it. Blazing Saddles. I used to know a guy, Chris. I won't say his last name, I guess. He would carry around. No, you're not disowned. I can't. It's like kind of like cutting off a body part of mine just to for a political reason. That would be stupid. Um, yeah, but yeah, Blazing Saddles. He would carry around Blazing Saddles. He would carry around a couple of what was his name? It was a comedian that had like the 9 words you can't say on television. Oh man, dang it! Anyone? Anyone? Urging your nose to what was his name? Cutting off your nose, right? Urging off your nose. I urge you to leave. I urge you to leave my face. I'm urging off my nose. I urge you off. Okay, what was his name? Oh man, somebody look up who the comedian was that did the 9 words you can't say on television. He was so super famous. They said the N word an awful lot, but they don't bleep it out. No, they didn't. No, absolutely, yeah, right. That's fine. Yeah. On Blazing Saddles, they didn't. They gonged it out because remember, as they were like, the sheriff is a knee, and then the person hit the bell, so it was like knee gong, and so we used to say knee gong. Knee gong was our word. George Carlin, so he would carry around Blazing Saddles in like his backpack, and then like 3 George Carlin like VHSs, the Raw, which was um Eddie Murphy's like famous Raw and Delirious, his famous stand-up comedies, and what was the other movie he saw that was so crazy? We used to watch it all the time. Oh, I'll think of it. But he used to carry these around. So every time he would come over and spend the night, we would get liquor and get all drunked up. And then we would watch these comedies and these old comedies that were so great. And it's like, it's hard to believe that, like now you have to make superheroes. You have to make women as powerful as Superman and women, like this 120-pound woman beating the hell out of a 300-pound of full sculpted muscle meathead guy, which totally wouldn't happen. But they're superheroes. Okay, 7 words, whatever. 7 words. It was also like 7 years ago. But yeah, that was great. Yeah, he was a great comedian. Great comedian. George Carlin. I mean, and we're definitely gonna have to talk about him. But I would love to talk about. I would love to, dude. I almost feel, hey, and George Carlin has some funny stuff I have only seen. Dude, you can understand and understandable. But so the reason he was so funny is because he broke all the rules. So you're used to seeing comedy now because you're in your 20s. So you've seen comedy that all the rules are already broken because Carlin broke the rules. So now it's normal to break rules. But when you watch Carlin, people back then didn't talk like that. They didn't say in comedy shows. in the beep, you're in the beep, beep, beep. I mean, it was crazy. He told the truth, and that's probably why he's no longer with us. He talked about the government messing with us, messing with our stuff and our food and our drink and blah 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 blah. Yeah, and they killed his wife, or his wife died, and then he went really strong. He went really strong with the really ripping government apart and stuff like that. So they screwed with his they screwed with him. So that was crazy. So what I'm saying is, if you go see Carlin now, if you look at watch his stuff is so funny and it makes you think. But you were shocked into laughing back in the day in like the 80s and 90s because you never heard it before, and all of a sudden you're just like, whoa, So yeah, that was crazy stuff. But I highly recommend still watching his stuff. I mean, you got freaking YouTube and stuff. It's got George Carlin stuff out the wazoo. Yeah, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man, yeah, man. All right, hopefully my wackadoodle voice isn't too loud now. Um, but yeah, sorry, because I looked like I was in the red. But Space Cowboy, I can't remember if you told me. Oh, Chinese buffet. Okay, I can't remember the name of the. Oh, dang it, to be heck. Uh, mm, the the guy. Okay, it's not too loud. It's good, or it needs to be louder. Telling me, woman, I should really do playbacks. Now I want some low main. Dude, I love Chinese food. I'm talking about fake Chinese not food. I'm talking about American Chinese food. I'm talking about like 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 shrimp shrimp fried rice, stuff like that. Oh no, I'm thinking. Hold on, dude. I'm thinking. I can't. It's the fat guy, and he's dead now. But he was like, I got kicked out. They said it's all you can eat, and they said, but not you. Not all you can eat. You eat too much. You eat too much. I can't remember his name. You eat too much. You did stump me though. But what is it? Help me out, Space Cowboy. Who was it? You eat too much. I just can't remember his name. You eat too much. It's all you can eat. Yeah, but not all you can eat. John Pinette, yes, absolutely. Great comedian. Not all you can eat. Yeah, he was a great guy. He was a great comedian too. Okay, so you've got some of the fatties. You got some of the fatty comedians that are hilarious that use just enough self depreciation, self incrimination, self depreciation, self deprecating humor. So they know, like, he's not saying I'm fat. He's saying I'm fat and I can out eat your Chinese restaurant. Depreci- de- de- Deprecation, yeah, right, deprecation. Yeah, I got that. Okay, so right, so and so he had that kind of humor. He was like, "Yeah, I'll go in there, blah blah blah, and I'll eat it." Right, absolutely. So that kind of stuff. There was also the guy that recently died. I mean, not too recently, but in the past like 10 years. Um, it was like America's Got Talent or whatever. Okay, my sister's husband Umar is a stand-up comic, and I haven't seen the Gentleman of Mass that you were speaking of, Catherine. Cat. But the thing is, they're fat people, they're skinny people, they're men, they're women. It's 106 miles to Chicago. A full thing again. Half pack of cigarettes. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses. Don't tell me, Cat. I know you're about to say it. It is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's his name. Oh, Stravos Halkias. That's pretty good. Let me look him up. Let me look him up. Let me look him up. South Carolina. All right. Was I right? It's 106 miles to Chicago. A full tank gas. It's dark and we're wearing. Is that Fear and Loathing, right? Okay. Fear and Loathing, or I'm butchering his name. Leave the Greek to me. No, I was wrong. Wow, hold on. And we're wearing sunglasses. Oh, right, right. Hold on. Wait a second. If we're wearing sunglasses, I can see the scene. I can see it. I can see the scene. Hmm. Right, they went to Vegas. That's what I was just thinking. They went to Vegas, not Chicago. Wait, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, not Fear and Loathing. Oh, it was Fear and Loathing in Chicago. Get it? I'm hilarious. I'm freaking hilarious. I'm hilarious. Fear and Loathing in Chicago. I tell you, gasoline is. You know what it used to be? The movie was basically two guys on acid acting like fools. We're on a, we're on a mission from God. The Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers. Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Jake and Elwood. The Blues Brothers. We're on a mission from God. We gotta get the band back together. We gotta get the band back together. That was a great movie. Oh man, that was great. Key. Welcome back, Key. Kimana. What up, Key? Key, I don't know if you met Space Cowboy, okay, but Space Cowboy is a brilliant movie historian. Makes me laugh. Um, okay, Space. My favorite scene in is Oh yeah, right. No, that. So oddly enough, I know I used to work for the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore, and we had a lot of African animals. So we had African penguins. So I had to build like little enclosures and stuff for the penguins, and they would just peck. They would look through your pockets and your shoes and everything that you were wearing, looking for food, and it was like they would basically strip you, and they're big. They're like almost that big, like probably I'd say 18 inches, dang near 2 feet tall. Let me see. Let's find out. I remember it from a long time ago. I haven't seen it. Oh, me, dude, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at least 20 years. And yeah, I haven't seen it in the 2000s. How tall are African penguins? Between 24 and 27 inches. All right. So you got these things that are about they're taller than your knee. They can get their little peckers, not their peckers. Jeez, Richard, stop talking about penguin peckers. Their beaks. Is it called a beak on a penguin? Is a penguin's mouth called a beak? Let's see. It doesn't know. Yes, a penguin's mouth is called a beak. So they would get their beak into your pockets. Then they would pull stuff out. We wore like tool belts, and they would. The giraffe would reach their big ass heads over, and they would grab like my radio, like I'm being attacked by a giraffe, and I wouldn't have it anymore because they would take your radio and they would just hold it up, 20 feet in the air from you, and you're not getting it back. Apparently, it runs in our family. They're called bird beak peckers. Like, what could make sense though? Because woodpecker. The scene where Jake and Elle would visit a nun they call the penguin, and she slapped. Oh, right, 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 right. The penguin scene from the Blues Brothers. Let's see what we can find here. There we go. You can't read. You can't hear it. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a better way of doing this. I'm gonna have to find a better way of doing this. But yeah, right. Come in. The Board of Education. She beats the hell out of him with a ruler. Ow, shit, whack. Oh, damn. Oh. Jesus Christ, stop whipping me. He's smacking the dude ollie. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's a great freaking movie, man. That's so great. Man, I'm gonna have to watch that again tonight. Let's see, 87 Octane. I'll have to send you the video of Rachel doing it. Oh, what Rachel doing the nun scene? The Peckers. Okay, so the uh um the nuns from or the nun the we okay. So I think I went over this with you, Catherine, before. I had a teacher in Catholic school named Miss Rambo. I swear to you, this is not a lie. I had a whacking you in the knuckle with a ruler sister Rambo, Rambo, in Arthur Slade Catholic School. Look up Arthur Slade, Sister Rambo. She whacked the cracked the whacked your knuckles with cracked you in the knuckles with a ruler. But I'm not talking to you, Catherine. I'm talking to people that I like. Just kidding. But yes, and when Catherine was down here visiting, um, and we were planning we were doing the outline and for the 110th grade podcast that will be out this week. Um, uh, yeah, we looked up Sister Rambo, and it's crazy that her name was Rambo. It's like, what kind of crazy twisted world do we live in? Like, what kind of Okay, so I got hit for mooning a girl, but not mooning her. I did this. I did this. Okay? So I didn't twerk. I wiggled my backside in her general direction, and I got frickin' whooped, whooped. Like they got a yeah, mooning. They got a ruler that they'll whack you in the knuckles with, but they got a beaten stick. They got a beaten stick that they'll whoop you with. Like it's almost like a cricket paddle. I mean, and yeah, and I got whacked right across the back of my thighs. Whack, 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 whack. And this is before Kendrick Lamar. Whack, 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 whack. Look at Lizzo. What do you mean deal with her? Lizzo. Let me look at Lizzo. Let me look at Lizzo. Throw her out the window. Lizzo. No, I'm talking about whack, whack, whack. That song. Hank Hill moon the mayor. Hold on, we're gonna find that. Hank Hill mooning the mayor. It was the governor of Texas. My apologies. All right, all right, my apology. I can't be why I keep forgetting that I'm gonna have Fry moon the mom. Oh right, yes. Mooning is awesome. Mooning. So we would do drive-by moonings. We would on the bus. The bus was labeled. It had a number, so when they called the police on us and stuff like that, they knew exactly like the seventh row, blah blah blah. The guy had a mole on his left butt cheek. That was me. They called me Mole, 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 Mole. I mean, I'll see if Key, are you happy? You around by any chance still, Key? You still in the chat? You still in the chat? Catherine, now you're copying Austin. I know. Mooney, 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 Mole, 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 Mole. I'm not copying. I'm giving homage. What do you mean copying? You're supposed to be on my team, Cat. Copying. Now you're giving homage to Austin Powers. That's what you should be saying. Now look at him. Now he's giving homage. I'm the king of homage. Okay, so what do you think about the idea of basically telling kids and stuff like that that to look up what they're being told because they're being pranked by the world and the grown-ups that aren't acting grown up to try to get them to look up what's being told. Like what we were talking about that yesterday, like because so many kids are being told whack stuff that isn't necessarily true, and and if we tell them that they're being pranked and look it up to make sure that they're not being pranked, then when they look up, can a catfish actually be a trout? It'll be like, no, dumbass, no, that can't be. And I think that's kind of important. But yeah, and I think you had a good idea when he was saying that his mother said that it says in the Bible that Adam was dreaming, and you said something good. You were like, ask your mom where that's at to show you where it's at in the Bible, so then they'll both know. It's not, so the important thing isn't to it's just to not just listen. That's right, and so that's what me and Kat. That's our mission is to make kids less gullible because they're okay. Okay, Democrat, Republican, okay, blah 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 blah. The thing is, the Democrats of today aren't Democrats. They've been infiltrated. But and I mean left wing, right wing, same bird. I understand this and that, but the thing is, kids are there. The government is making kids make decisions that they no longer need. I'm not even a parent, apparently. I'm, that's hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a great idea. And that's me and Kat's idea. That's and I think that's the best idea is to tell them that way. If we get any backlash from the political elite, they can't just say, "Oh, your ideology, you're a Republican, you're a MAGA, whatever." I'm like, no, 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 just you're wrong. And when they're wrong, we're going to say, look at, or whatever you say, we're going to say, look it up. Because they tried to make a whole big thing during COVID saying, no, you're not a scientist. You can't do research. You're not a research scientist. That stuff was so crazy that they put out there. And we want kids to know, hey, and with the Roblox thing, people are going to try to scam you and get your account info on Roblox. They'll say, "Hey, I'll give you free Robux. Just give me your username and password so I can log in and give you the Robux." And then they get their stuff wiped out. So it's like we can have them check and and it's like just having them check. Thank you for the hugs and love, yeah. Um, having them check it will be the best thing. Is having them make sure that they're not. Dude, where's my car? Sorry. Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was a great thing. They'll have a reference point exactly, and that's what's so important. Is not is don't just listen to because adults aren't always smart, and like you have people like eh, if fill in any name here, any movie star name here that has done nothing in life but act. Acting is lying basically to sound like something that you're not. And so they're good at that. So now I'm going to tell you this country should kill this country or blah 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 blah. What do you know about any of that? Nothing. And it's like so they might be pranking you, and they might be telling you that they might be telling you that because there's a new movie coming out that has the plot or premise of that movie is that. So look it up yourself. I don't know. I just think that's super important to have kids do that. And I thought that was so honorable of you to say when he said yesterday. He said, my mom said that Adam, like from Adam and Eve, didn't say, said in the Bible that he didn't wake up, so it was actually a dream. God, blah, blah, was a dream, and you were like, have your mom tell you or show you where that's at in the Bible. That's brilliant. That's exactly the type of thing Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. I don't care. Just truth. That's all I'm asking for. Is truth. It's truth. Boom, 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 boom. Brilliance. Just understood. Oh, still. Meow, 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 meow. Let me see here. I let me see here. Don't call me Shirley. Oh man, what was that from? Don't call me Shirley. That was airplane. No, airplane. No, was it airplane? Surely you jest, or was that? Hold on. Let me see. Don't call me Shirley. Shirley you jest. Whack. What was the part of that where the girl was freaking out and everybody on the plane was slapping her? Whack, 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 whack. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see what I'm doing. Actually, I'm trying to look something up here. You have you haven't even seen Airplane. Wow. What have you been watching? Okay, sorry. My apologies. My apologies. Sorry. 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 You know, the ladies are texting me saying, "Hey, can I get some of that Richard? Some of that Richard lovin'?" Stand in line, baby. Stand in line. What do you mean? What do you mean not 80s movies? What are you trying to say? Who's laughing at me? Who's laughing at me? I swear, girls like me. They like me. They say, "Oh, no, they don't. Okay, they don't like me. I'm okay. I'm not even a father yet. I'm freaking almost 116 years old." It's airplane. No, it's actually spelled FROM. It's not airplane form. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. That is day off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Space Cowboy. Come on, dude. You're gonna get me again. I know you are. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Yes, great movie. Great movie. Do you know that they weren't supposed to destroy that car in that movie? Supposedly that wasn't supposed to actually be wackly completely destroyed. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. Let me look that. Hold on one second. Let me look that up. I'll check out the story. And basically, this is what the podcast is going to be. If that was a lie, that I just said, did you know that in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they weren't supposed to destroy the car, but they did destroy the car accidentally, blah 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 blah. So that might be a lie. It might be wrong. It might be right. It might be wrong. So now someone's gonna look it up and be like, no, you're wrong, or no, you're right. So we'll just be able to find the truth, and that's one of the main points of the podcast is to have people, and if they send in blah blah blah, this was a lie, they'll get a shout out. There'll be a correction, and we're going to give them three truths and a lie that we know about. And when we're talking about stuff we're not completely sure about, whenever they correct us or whatever, they'll get shout outs and whatnot. So, what's no what? No Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Um, what am I trying to do here? Uh, did the car wreck scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, was that supposed to happen? Okay, no, I'm sorry. It was indeed planned and scripted to happen. Okay, wow, they sold it in 2010. When was that? They took out the motor, the Ford V8 engine. There was only 56 of those Ferraris made. In 1961 Ferrari 250 GT. Destroyed the real one would have been a huge loss. That's right. That's the 1986 flick. These were really, really good old movies. Right, that's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff I'm so happy about. Like we get to get on the because even when you go to the bar with people, and that's pretty much all old people really do, is go to the bar to hang out. At least that in my scope of life. But yeah, like getting online, you get people from around the world, and around the country that get on and bring stuff like this up. Someone just is like, like bring stuff, and then it's like it's a flood of great emotion. I'm so happy to think about, remember that, and see people's expressions, and like that's freaking so awesome. Do you remember? Blah, 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 blah. That stuff's so great, right? Right. And what about Better Off Dead? Do you hear Better Off Dead? I'm gonna ski the K9. Lighten up, Francis. Lighten up, Francis. Francis, do you remember when? Sorry that your mom's lips blew off. Sorry, you blew up your mom's face, Francis. Lighten up, Francis. And then, like because she wanted to drink liquor, but the only thing they could get was turpentine or paint thinner. And then when she tried to smoke a cigarette, the lips got blown off. I'm guessing, yeah, right. And then here you go. Catherine can't spell skiing. I went sleeing. I went sleeing. I went sleep. And the South Park parody, yeah, I mean, because that's a great freaking movie. And okay, so back in these days, you didn't have CGI and stuff that was so prominent and available to be used, so you had to be creative. You know, this is what happens when I use my iPad, not my iPhone. I met a girl, her name was Joan. She used her iPad, not her iPhone. Dude, yes, you talking about Stephen King's Christine? The car that keeps coming back to life and killing people? Beautiful movie, dude. Stephen King wrote some freaking awesome movies, dude. Awesome books, awesome movies. Christine was impeccable. Impeccable. I like to use words like impeccable, like things that bird beaks can do. They can't get through that. That's impeccable. Funny. Well, what's going on here? I don't have a mouse. My mouth isn't showing up properly. Let me see. Oh, oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. One second. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Futurama episode of the car. Let me see what it was called. Okay. What was the Futurama episode that gave homage to Christine? Is an anthology of it was called Anthology of Interest 2. In this episode, Fry attempts to scare a crow by reading an excerpt from the book Christine. Oh, no. Sorry. There's also one apparently called The Honking. Sorry. There's also one called The Honking. Is that better? Ashley, welcome back, Ashley. Yeah, so The Honking was the 18th episode in the second season of American animated television series Futurama. Yeah, so The Honking, that looks like one, but so I don't know what the other one was. Futurama episode was the Anthology of Interest too. Interesting. So apparently it was a couple times. There's I guess four. There's four people. There's four people in here because it's 9 o'clock. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. How many people are here? There. Yeah, that 4 hour stream, we had 500 people coming. I was really happy about that. That was another like Key and Space Cow. I think Space Cowboy was in that lot. Key was spent a whole lot of time in that one. That was awesome. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can find the other one. Bang, 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 bang. Shooba dooba shooba dooba shooba dooba bang. All right, where was it? Oh, wax on, wax off, right? Karate Kid. You haven't even seen it. And then when you watch it, you'll probably watch the new one with freaking what's his face in it, Wackadoodle Doo guy. It's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy. That is. Don't tell me that was Coming to America. Was it Coming to America? Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's a real shame when folks be throwing away a perfectly good white boy. Oh no, that was Better Off Dead. Right, that's when he flew off and he landed in the trash. Sorry, my bad. Right, um, Better Off Dead. Man, that's just so awesome. Okay, that's so crazy. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, yeah, I know, and that kind of stuff drives me crazy. That kind of stuff drives me crazy. That like because he didn't. I mean, I understand how it works, though. Fast Time at Ridgemont High. That's that's a classic, and that's the thing that's so crazy is it's like I think what they do is these classics, they they um they how however these classics may have um molded the culture. If they don't want that to happen again, they remake it and they make it horrible so that it basically when people look up Fast Time at Ridgemont High, it'll be like, oh, the 2015 version, with Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, yes. There's Phoebe Cates up and now, up and now, up and now. Okay, let us see. Okay, all right. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find that. Let's see. All right. She now owns an overpriced boutique store in New York City. Okay, old people, even to me, used to have comedy records. Right, right. Nick Danger. If you haven't, okay. So I've only heard excerpts. I've never heard the. We used to get the records. We used to get and I think it was before you were online today. A buddy of mine used to carry around comedy in his backpack. He would carry around Raw. He would carry around Dangerous. Um, he would carry around no Delirious, Raw and Delirious, and he would carry around a bunch of different. I forgot his name again already. With the that comedian that I was bringing up, that was his name, George Carlin. So he would carry the stuff around, and if he ended up like, no way, really? I didn't know that. He was a funny guy though. Grandpa was a funny guy. He liked a lot of good comedy and stuff like that. But yeah, so he would carry around good comedy and just so like if he ended up at somebody's house or ended up somewhere because he lived kind of far away. He used to live like in the neighborhood, whatever. But then he moved away. His parents divorced. Blah, 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 blah. Actually, I think his father died, and so he moved with his mom kind of far away. So when he came through, he would always carry the stuff around because after the bar and partying or whatever, somebody would let him spend the night, and he would be like, "All right, now that we're drunk and we're drinking Jack Daniels, this is what real comedy is." And he would like trade people an education in real comedy for letting him spend the night on their couch or whatever. Jeff Dunham, he's got some funny stuff too. Hamburger, the motion picture. That I've never even heard of. Hamburger, the motion picture. Let's see. Okay. Hamburger the motion picture. Okay, so that was connected to fast food the motion picture and hot dog the motion picture. Yeah, no, George Carlin was, and I was telling Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy hasn't heard hardly any he's saying, and I was saying, listen to George Carlin. George Carlin was brilliant. He was underlying political. All right, brother, sister Kathleen, be right back. I have to give my bunnies their herbs. Gotta give my bunny my herbs. I'm just playing with you. Anybody who? Oh, I got your bunny right here. I got your bunny right here, girl. Bam! Look at her bunnies. We got Catherine's bunnies right here. Look how stoned. Look how red his eyes are. He's so super stoned. Oh, dude, all three of them. All three of those movies were absolutely incredible. Dude. Dude. Okay, what about? Okay, so you know who just died the other day? Val Kilmer. Did you see Real Genius? Anyone? Real Genius was so awesome. Like they were super nerds. They went to like basically MIT, some super like brilliant science college, but the government and their teachers basically talked them into being like, this is what you need your final project to be. You need to do this, this, and that. And it talked them into building like a space laser, a laser that could be fired from an airplane or an aircraft. And so they figured out, oh my gosh, they made us design a violent weapon that could blah 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 blah. So they build this huge Jiffy Pop popcorn thing, and they go and they replace the chip that has the aiming system on it, and they change it so when the plane's flying overhead, it fires into their teacher's house that they put like 1,000 pounds of popcorn in, and they actually destroy this house by using like 17 tons of popcorn. It is absolutely amazing movie, great movie. Hoopty Doopty Mailman. That was George Carlin. Yes, that was a great one. Absolutely. Hoopty Doopty Mailman. Dude, this stuff I absolutely adore being online. This stuff is so great. And you know what? I feel so bad for kids these days that are like, there's like, but there's only like okay, like I was reading the other day. This guy said, "Did I screw up?" And the reason he was asking if he screwed up because like he had like 3 years ago or whatever, he started a gaming channel and he put out a video, and his very first video got like 1,700 views. The second one only got 900, and the third one only got 300. So he was like, "Oh, because of this downward trend, I just threw it away." Dude, if you have 300 people watching you, imagine having 300 people in your room. Or I used to play music. I was a musician. I toured, and sometimes I would play a bar in another state that could take hours to get to. That would have four people that didn't even want to hear that didn't even want to be there. I mean, didn't want us to be there, but they were like regulars of that particular bar. And so yeah, and it was horrible. So like even like right now, we got three people at least. There's three people sitting in the chat, and it's just like, well, I'm not making tens of thousands of YouTube views, so why not? Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Welcome to Good Burger. But yeah, so it's like think of people don't and I think perspective is so huge. Like yes, if I had five people in my chat, that's like having five people in your room. Aren't you happy about that? It's like no, no, no. So what are you gonna do? You let those five people just like go find somebody that's less funny, that's less helpful. Yeah. So I think I'm glad. I like and I really enjoy um having three or four people because as you we're talking about, it gives people time to talk and stuff like that, and it's awesome. It gives a great thing, and it's people that you relate to and whatnot. And I don't mind having people I don't relate to because then I'm learning interesting things. It's like when people the other day, Nahil, I think his name was. Um, what did I do with? Oh no, I lost the page. Oh, there it is. Let me see. Here his name. His name was Nikhil, Nikhil, guy from India. Awesome. Like, and we talked for hours, and it was just so awesome. Like, chilling in India, whatnot. All right, Key. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. No, yeah, I'll be on every day. I'm doing this until I'm not allowed to anymore. Yep, I'm doing this. I so much have enjoyed this. I may have to start some sort of way to get a donation or a gift thing going on so I can. can make the Bills beat, and we'll see somewhere $35 here, $5. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get to a monetization point. I'm almost there. I have almost 400 subscribers, so once I get to 500, well, things will work out. And I've got some good things with them. Thank you for coming by, Key. Thank you. But yeah, appreciate it. Key is an awesome individual. Space Cowboy, you're an awesome individual. Catherine's kind of take her or leave her. Just Catherine, you're my girl. Straight out the hat. Spider Pig. Oh, I know it. I could Spider Pig. I can feel it. I just can't remember the movie. I can't remember the movie. Okie dokie. Key, awesome, bro. That's just up, everyone. I think this is the first time I actually looked close at Key's profile pic. And is that Brian from Family Guy? All right. Well, I'll talk. I'll see you tomorrow, Key. Appreciate you. Spider Pig, Spider Pig. It looks like I thought it was Charlie Brown too, but then it's got that big nose of of uh Yamalama of Brian. All right, let's see. Shame, he got shamed on. Let's see. 350. Oh, it is Charlie Brown. Okay. Did you know what mine? Yours looked like okay. When I was looking, I'm guessing it's Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy. But okay, yeah, it is Charlie Brown. I mean, I can only. It's only like it's a quarter of an inch tall. Cause it's I'm on. Oh, I'm not on. I'm not on like a laptop. I mean, on a laptop. So I'm not on shush, shush it. So now I'm gonna have to look at this up. But do you know what your picture's from? Hold on. Okay, so Space Cowboy, yours looks like it looks like Cheech and Chong almost. Doopity mailman. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, now here we go. We're making this happen. Oh, I broke something already. I broke something already. All right. Okay, my king. Welcome to Wood. Oh, jeez. All right. I love this stuff. It's Cheek holding a fat joint. Okay. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was Cheech and Chong. Hello, my king. Welcome to it. Oh yeah, that's so great. Cheech. So I met Cheech and Chong. Chong was a jerk, but I only met him for like 6 seconds. Cheech was way more hospitable, way more fun. Cheech went to jail for selling bongs? I'm sorry, Chong. I got it backwards. Chong went to jail for selling water bongs, because you're supposed to say that it was a tobacco water bong. You couldn't sell paraphernalia. Yes, yeah. So April 30th, right? April 20th. So that's Easter. So I'm wondering why they're using Easter to to uh to make that movie come out. So we'll see. Hopefully they have some sort of Easter premise, or they're coming to God and they're gonna stop smoking so much weed. All right, cool. We got a thing. Yeah, that's a big old doobie. Do you remember? Okay. Oh, dang it. Do you remember? Okay, and Key unfortunately left, but Key was talking about how people put out comedy albums, like 30, like like one on a record player. And they were 33s. Was the speed, and so they were like, I guess they were 13 inches across, right? And so the paper that came inside of the record, for like the to listen to the record, was a rolling paper. So people that bought Cheech and Chong's comedy records, you could pull the paper out and you could roll like joints like 2 inches around and like you know 8 to 10 inches long. Big old Jamadiah is like, and it took like half a pound, at least a quarter pound to roll. It was crazy. All right, so let's check out this. Let's check out this. Let me close that. Close that. Close that. Close that. Um, Hank Hill mooing the mayor. Oh, okay, hold on one second. We're trying. We're trying. Dang it, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, right. The Cheech and Chong comedy record that used a rolling paper in the sleeve.
According to Wikipedia, the name Big Bamboo is a reference to the actual bamboo brand of rolling paper.
The second album, Cheech and Chong, released in 1972. The name Big Bamboo referenced the actual Big Bamboo in the rolling paper. So in 1972, it had a rolling paper sleeve promoting illegal drugs back when marijuana was a Schedule One drug. Making candles, man. Dave's not here. Dave's not here, man. Dave's not here. Dude, now you're gonna get me freaking um what's it called? Copyright freaking Jamalama because I'm gonna play it. The first time I seen her by Cheech and Chong. Man, first time I seen her sitting on a hill, she was a cleaner known as hell. Oh no, what do you mean? Shoot through the wire? Catherine? Man, Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy done. So, Space Cowbizzle, they say. Space Cowbizzle. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to. I'm going to. Oh, wow. Wow. You know, that's from this side. Oh, that's weird. How did that happen? I turned on the light over here, and this side of my face lit up. That's crazy. Oh, never mind. It's just backwards. I'm going crazy. Crazy. All right. All right. I appreciate y'all being here again tonight. Absolutely. Hugs and kisses. But I'm going to take a nap because I built a playhouse over the course of 2 days, and then I, I moved about 1 billion pounds of mulch and mulch to help my neighbor mulch the playground area. It was very tiring, so I'm gonna get some sleep. I will be back tomorrow morning, possibly 10 to 11 a.m. Then lunchtime, I'll be alive again for an hour, and then I'm gonna try to get on after recording um, tomorrow by about 6 or 7 o'clock. So I hope to see some of you folks here. And Catherine, I will see you. I'll talk to you later on about setting things up. And okay, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye.